Hello gamers and gamesters, I'm Vancha, and today I will be bringing you the first episode of JapaGaming, where I will be talking about everything related to Japanese games or games that will only be available in Japan. In this series I will be talking about whether the game is worth importing and if you can actually play it without knowing Japanese. For this first episode, I will be showing you my collection of Japanese games I already own, and I will also be talking about the first game that will be coming out fairly soon and that I will be reviewing in this series. So for my collection, the first game I have is Dokie Row. This is a PS Vita title that also came out on the PlayStation Network in Europe and America. And this game centers around a little boy that just saved the princess from the evil, but now you will have to bring the princess back to her castle safely. So it's like a reverse Mario, actually. It's a pretty darn good game, a very decent platformer with a lot of puzzle elements in it, because you have to make sure that the princess is alive at the end of each level. And well, yeah, as you can see, the graphics are very decent as well. The second game is Super Robot Taisen Ohisaha Mahou Kishin 3. Whew, Pride of Justice. What a name, and also what a game and what a series. There's a very popular series in Japan, and only just a handful of games have come across to the West so far. I think only one DS game made it to America, and so far none of the PlayStation 3, PlayStation Portable or PS Vita titles have come our way yet. This plays a little bit similar to the Final Fantasy Tactics series or the Gaia series, as the game has a grid where you have to move your units, where you have to make tactical decisions in order to win the battle. The game also has, the combat system itself is visually really stunning, as you can see right now, and all in all, I really love the series. I'm not really, the story isn't really that easy to understand if you do not know Japanese. I'm also entirely new to the series, so I'll be checking out the series more and more in the future. So probably you will also see the next entry, Super Robot Taisen Ohisaha 3 for PlayStation 3 or the PS Vita on this channel. The next game that I have is another Century Evolved Code R. This is a mech fighting game with branching story modes, actually 11 story modes, each centering around a popular mech series, like say Gundam Wing, of course. You have also Code Geass, and any popular series that you can name off is in the game. There are battles in space, on the ground, which means you will be flying, moving, running around, or also be able to drive in mobile tanks. After a while, the stories will collapse because you will be entering alternate universes in order to play with all the other series all together. And all in all, is a pretty decent action game. It's not the best fighting game out there, that's for sure, but if you're a fan of some of the series, it's definitely worth picking up. Of course, the story is a little bit hard to follow, but all in all, it's generally worth it. Next up is Kamen Rider Patriot War. This, of course, based on the popular Kamen Rider series, and is also a Dynasty Warriors clone. So if you've played perhaps Fist of North Star, Warriors Orochi Dynasty Warriors, or the One Piece Pirate Warriors games, this is a little bit in the same style, but of course in the Kamen Rider universe. Next up is Mobile Suit Unicorn. Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn. Another action game, action mech game, of course, based on the Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn series. It's pretty decent. I didn't really like it that much. To me, actually, another Code Century Evolved played just a little bit better. But all in all, if you're Mobile Suit Gundam fan, then it's, well, not that bad. Next up, I have 4 games left on the Nintendo DS. First up is Jump Superstars. This is a kind of a Smash Bros. Fighting game based on all popular anime series like Dragon Ball, Naruto, Bleach, even Yu-Gi-Oh! Is in here, Samurai X or Rurouni Kenshin for the fans. All in all, this is a very, very great beat 'em up or fighting game for DS. Also one of the only games that is worth picking up if you are into fighting games for the DS. There will be a new game, I think it was called G-Stars Victory Versus for PlayStation 3 and PS Vita in March. I will be definitely showing off this game, that game on my channel. Next up, a very old named one. I actually have to look it up what it's called again. Irozuki Tinkle no Koi no Balloon Trap. This stars the game, the character Tingle from the Zelda series in the game, and it's a point-and-click adventure game, and the story is a little bit similar to the Wizards of Oz. So Tingle himself gets sucked into a book and gets dragged to an alternate universe, and there's actually a scarecrow, a lion, and some mechanical tin man is accompanying you into your story. I only picked this up because I'm a Zelda fan and I just wanted this game for my Zelda collection. And it's very, very hard to play if you do not know Japanese. So I would only pick this up if you're a real fan of Nintendo and Zelda. The second to last game, let's first show you this one. There are 2 boxes here I have. This one is No Kuni for the DS. It's the exact same game as the PlayStation 3 version that came out in the West. The only reason that they did not publish the Nintendo DS version over here is because, let me just show you, this version included an entire encyclopedia of the game. It features all of the spells, I think also all of the creatures, the story modes, and the areas that you will be exploring in the game. But of course, if you have to translate each and everything that is written here, then that would be, well, a lot of work. It's a very cheap game though. Right now I picked it up for around, I think it was around 30 euros, which would be about $35 or $40. And if you're a fan of JRPGs, you should definitely pick it up. It's not that easy to play, of course, because RPGs are some of the hardest games to play in Japanese. But if you've played the PS3 version and you know what the story is about, then you could really just play it again on your DS, because everything is exactly the same as the PS3 version. Only the combat is just a little bit similar, different. And lastly, actually I kind of forgot about what the name of this game is, but is the Pokemon trading card game for the DS. Yes, they actually made a second one. This game only came out in Japan. And of course there is a grid and the tokens that come with it. But next to the game there are also Pokemon cards featuring the main Pokemon of Black and White. And let me just show you the last one. These are actually, well, starter decks containing of 30 cards each. Of course, they all have Japanese languages on them, so to play the actual card game itself is not that easy. The game, however, has a very decent tutorial. Let me just show you the box. And all in all, if you've ever played the Pokemon trading card game, then this is a very easy card battling game for you to play. Most trainer cards are similar to the ones from, well, the late 90s when it actually came out. And the only cards I had problems with, well, you can just try them out, see what they do, and then you're settled. The game does not feature a story mode, however, so other than a tutorial, the game has some quizzes that you can partake, but as they are all in Japanese, I couldn't really beat them. And other than that, they have just random battles against other opponents, and you can alter your decks with the cards that came, well, with this card series. So these are the games in my collection so far. The actually first game that I'll be talking about on this channel will be, I think it was, let me just check, Mobile Suit Gundam Extreme vs. Full Boost for the PlayStation 3. By the time you see this video, the game will already be out in Japan. I will hopefully also already have my own copy here. And in about, I think, let me just think, 1 or 2 weeks, the video will be up showing off the game, how you have to play it, and what you need to know in order for you to pick it up. It will not be that hard to play, I believe, but only the actually hard part will probably be the story modes or the mission modes, but you will all see that in the near future on this channel. Before I leave, I will have only one question for you, and that is, if you had to pick one game from Japan that is only available in Japan, what will it be and why would you pick it up? Please let me know in the comments below, and until next time, Vancha out.